So I've been hearing a lot of really good things about this brand new limited edition Woodinville 8-year bourbon. Let's see how it is. I'm Tuck, and this is Bourbon Broke. So back in 2015, best friends and co-founders of Woodinville Whiskey Company, Orland Sorensen and Brett Carlisle, released their first bourbon. Now that didn't happen overnight, it all started 5 years prior to that. They set out to prove that they could make a great whiskey in Washington State. They started with the best locally grown grains, the best barrels, and some of the most advanced distilling equipment in the world. They also had a mentor, David Pickerell. Yes, David Pickerell, master distiller from Maker's Mark. Not too shabby of a mentor. Now, I've had quite a few offerings from Woodinville, and they've all been very solid. I'll have to admit I haven't had any yet that have really blown me away, but they're very solid bottles, and I like them a lot. I'm really looking forward to getting into this limited edition, so let's see what this one's about. So this is the Woodinville Limited Edition Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It comes in at 100 proof and has an age statement of 8 years. The SRP on this is $129.99. And as far as a secondary, I haven't seen it in any stores marked up. I got mine for SRP, although I did check online just prior to this episode, and I saw anywhere from $139 to $179 on there. So we'll have to see what that secondary price does. But that's all the specs and details I'm going to talk about on this. I'm just going to get right into it. Now, before I really get into this, I want to mention something about the seasoning process of the barrels that this bourbon was aged in. From my understanding, it was open-air seasoned for a period of 24 months. That's a long time for that wood to be sitting out in the elements, especially in Washington State. You have some really hot summers, cold, damp winters, you have the rain and the snow, and those elements are going to really deteriorate the wood from those barrels. So those things are really going to wear down, tear down a little bit on those pores before it goes into the toasting and charring process. Now what I'm expecting, since that wood has deteriorated so much out in the elements for 24 months, that bourbon is really going to get into that wood. It's going to get in and out of that wood a lot because of that deterioration and the pores that opened up, I'm sure, a lot more from being out in those elements for that long. So what I'm expecting is a good oak taste, and you know I love me some oak, and some good caramel and vanilla, maybe some dark brown sugars in there from, you know, that char and that open deteriorated wood from being out there for 24 months. So let's get into it and see how it is. I haven't tried this, as with, you know, all my other episodes. I pour some out a little while before I try it to let it open up a little bit. I have not nosed this, tasted it, or anything. First time. Man, that's a beautiful color on that. And just look how dark this is. This is just a clear glass bottle, and look at the color in that. Gorgeous. See what the nose is like. Ooh, nice. Definitely get a hint of oak in there, caramel. Almost like a dark fruit, almost like a fig. Just a little bit of spice, not overwhelming, just a little bit of spice. It's a really nice nose. Nice nose. Let's get into it and see how this thing tastes on the palate. Boy, it's a nice little spice right off the bat on that. Definitely getting more oak on the palate, no question about it. That's nice. Some nice caramels, dark brown sugars, like a caramelized brown sugar. I'm getting syrup too. A nice syrup taste. Boy, that syrup with that oak. You know, I don't really know how you make syrup. I've seen tap things in trees with like a little spout thing, and like the syrup comes out or something. And it would be this taste like I would imagine you would walk up to one of those trees and just lick that syrup off of the tree. You get that wood taste, that syrup taste. Yeah. Wow. Still getting that fig. Boy, on the back end on that finish on that, I'm getting like a grape as well. It's like that fig, dark plum, and like a grape taste on that finish. Wow, that's really good. Not a super long finish on that, but again, it's only 100 proof. With the 100 proof on there, it's still a decent finish, but not real long. Nice though. Wow. This is a really nice bourbon. I'm liking this a lot. Has a great nose on it. Man, on the palate, just syrup all day long. Syrup and oak, fig, then to get that grape on the back end on that finish. It's nice. This is nice. Yeah, this is really good. My final thoughts on this, really it's coming down to the price. It's 8 years, $129.99 SRP on this. And is it worth it? I'm going to say yes and no. And the reason I say that, I know there's going to be a lot of people say, well, I'm not paying $129 for an 8-year bourbon. You figure if the average, rule of thumb is like $10 to $12 per year should be the cost on a bourbon. It's a little high for 8 years. However, I think it's damn good. I think it's very good. So I think there's going to be a difference. I think if you're a person like myself that has, a decent sized selection and likes to offer different things when friends come over and just like to sample a lot of different things, that's on my shelves, I think it's worth the $129 because it's very good. I can't wait to share this with friends and family when they come over. Now, if you're someone that, goes out and buys a bottle and then just drinks out of that bottle until it's gone, then goes and gets another bottle, no, I wouldn't pay the $129 for this particular bottle because there are a lot of bottles out there that's really good for, 40, 50, 60 bucks. But I think it just depends on, the type of bourbon drinker you are. If you just like to buy a bottle, drink that when it's gone, go get another one, maybe the same one, maybe try something a little bit different. It's not for you. I probably wouldn't spend that on there. But, for myself, just wanting a larger selection, I think it's, worth the $129. Now, would I buy a backup of it? Probably not, but I'm glad that I bought this one. So that's how I'm going to leave it at that. So that's my opinion anyway. So anyway, this was a great bottle. I enjoy it. Yeah. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. There you go. And if you'd like to check out some Bourbon Broke merchandise, just go to bourbonbroke.com, go to the store, check out everything that's on there. That's all I have for tonight. And remember, keep your friends close and your bourbon closer. Cheers. It wasn't much of a cheers. Cheers.